So why don't we let X represent the number of times that we raise the price by 15 cents. So every time you lift it, 15 cents every time. Now, why don't we create one equation that controls ticket cost and another equation that controls the number of people. So we have cost is $5 minimum, and then it's gonna go up in 15-cent jumps. People, we have 700 or 800 originally, but we're gonna lose 7 people every time we raise their price. So we have a little equation for cost and a little equation for people. Now let's use those two little equations to create one big equation for revenue. And notice that the revenue equation is basically the two smaller equations from before. Cost times people, because people times how much every person pays, that's how much money you make, from this concert or from whatever these tickets are for. And now the goal is to maximize revenue. Let's maximize revenue, and then we can see what each ticket should have costed. So let's go to revenue and maximize. Maximize means vertex. Find the vertex, but first, distributive property. Give me a foil on the revenue. So that's our revenue down there in blue. If you just distribute and FOIL and combine like terms and put it into standard form, we have this equation in blue, that's revenue. And we want it to be maximized. And that makes sense because this is a parabola that opens down. So it's an upside down parabola, and the vertex would be a maximum. And then we recall that if you want to find the x coordinate of the vertex of a parabola from standard form, right, ABC, you're going to go negative b over 2a. So let's go negative b over 2a with those numbers down here. So for my example, negative b over 2a gave me about 40.47 for x. And x represented how many times we raise the cost. So we're supposed to raise the cost about 40 times in order for us to make the most money. Now, what do they want? Do they want maximum revenue? Do they want how many people go with us? Do they want ticket cost? Depends on what you want. If you want ticket cost, then take that number x, 40.47, and plug it only into your cost equation. If you want to know how many people are still with you, take the 40.47 and plug it into the people equation. If you want to know the maximum revenue, like money, take the 40.47 and plug it into the blue. Or plug it into cost and people and then multiply those numbers together. So let's see what this gives us. So for individual ticket cost, about that much there, the number of people who are still with us there, and that's the max revenue. Now look, just some connections. We originally started with 800 people and we only have 517 because we lost people, because we raised the cost 40 times. Cost times people, that gave us that maximum revenue. So once you find x from negative b over 2a, you decide where to plug in x. Are you going to plug it into cost alone, people alone, or into revenue? It all depends on what they're asking for.